I'm C.J. Montgomery, President of the Woodward Chamber of Commerce. You know, over the last decade or so, Woodward has made some marvelous improvements to this community.
Woodward is moving forward because of strong community support. We're experiencing double-digit growth right now and have for the last 3 years.
Well, Woodward is a progressive town that's on the move with really forward-thinking people who adore their town, adore their heritage, but more than that, adore their children.
Oil and gas is strong, agriculture is strong. All the progress that's coming to us in the city is also important for our schools.
At the Chamber of Commerce, when someone calls looking to locate to Woodward, whether they're going to bring their family here, going to bring their company here, the first question they want to know, how are your schools? Tell us about your school system.
It's important to me to have good schools here. I think that it's important for our community to have the best schools around.
Hi, I'm Tim Merchant, Superintendent here at Woodward Public Schools. Over 2 years ago, a long-range planning committee was formed by the school board to help give direction as to the future needs of Woodward Public Schools. This long-range planning committee, which was a great representative group of our community, was made up of teachers, administrators, business owners from across the community, city officials, chamber officials, so some key individuals across our community that have seen the past history of our schools, but also have the vision to see where we need to go.
I've been extremely fortunate to live in the Woodward community almost in my entire life. My wife has lived here almost her entire life, and we've been fortunate enough to have 2 recent graduates of Woodward High School. Our family realizes how important it is for us to continue to invest back in the Woodward Public Schools, because we know how important it is for the growth and prosperity of our community to have a school system that we can all be proud of.
I'm Linda Harrison. I'm president of the Woodward School Board. I'm a member of this community for my entire life. I was educated in the Woodward Public Schools, as were my parents, as was my child. I have a long-standing interest in this community and in providing quality education for every single child. And I believe that this bond issue will go a long way toward aiding us in our ability to do that.
The Long Range Planning Committee identified 5 areas that need to be addressed in the future here with Woodward Public Schools. Our transportation needs, our technology needs, the security of our students and our staff, the safety needs of our students and our staff, as well as our overcrowding issues and the growth that is occurring.
We've gotten to a point where our transportation fleet is aging, and so it's important to us that we can refresh that fleet, that we can put our kids in seats of vehicles that are safe, that are going to get them there and back.
Each year for the next 5 years, we want to replace one of our boomer activity buses, 2 to 3 of our regular route buses, as well as 1 to 2 of our other vehicles such as our excursions.
We have good buses now and good mechanics and are maintaining those. The age of some of our buses requires additional maintenance, and I think it would be foolish to not maintain those. It's easier to spend $1 today to maintain those than 10 years from now have to spend $40.
One of the critical pieces of the bond issue this year is the technology piece.
You have to embrace technology this day and age. It's very difficult to be in the modern world unless you know how to run an iPad, unless you know how to run an iPhone, unless you know how to run a computer.
First of all, we have to shore up our infrastructure. You know, we have a Wi-Fi system that was installed and purchased before many of the mobile devices on the market today were even invented.
A specific request by our Long Range Planning Committee was to help make our students 21st century learners. In order to do so, it was their feeling and their recommendation to put an iPad in the hands of every student.
When you enter on the digital platform, you can communicate with people around the world just like that. It's just that easy, and so that's something that I think is critical in providing our students a more broad world view through technology.
Well, this school bond gives our kids access to new technology, which helps them prepare for a future in business, and it also makes them more valuable to the community.
we can actually put technology in the students' hands to give them learning opportunities, not just during the school day, but 24/7.
The building at the Early Childhood Center is no more than 3 years old. But at this point in time, because of our growth, we are already over capacity of that building. We need to move our first grade out of our Early Childhood Center. To do so, new construction needs to take place at our 3 other elementaries. Plans are at Cedar Heights, at Horace Mann, and at Highland Park to add an additional pod of 5 classrooms and restroom facilities to move our first grade to these schools. So these additional classrooms not only answer the need we have for our first grade students, but it also for our 2nd through 5th grade students presently. 2 of the classrooms at each of the sites will be safe rooms.
Proportionately, the cost of construction for safe rooms when you're adding those classrooms and those spaces on is negligible.
What the Woodward Public School administrators have done is combined not only the safe room with the classroom concept. So we have a place for both learning opportunities as well as a place to get children sheltered immediately.
To add another layer of security for our students, plans within this bond issue are to add a security vestibule into each of the 3 elementary sites.
This bond issue will implement not just one set of locks, but double sets, as we have 2 points of entry into the main entrances at all the schools.
The overall security of the Woodward Public Schools, I believe, is a necessity, and we're just doing an injustice to ourselves and our children if we don't do something now to try to make the security of these schools better than what it is.
One school kept coming to the forefront as probably our most needful area to be addressed, and that was our middle school. The best way to meet the needs and the future growth and the security and the safety of our middle school was to do a combination of new construction and remodeling at our current middle school facilities. Most of the remodeling will take place in the north campus, which is the old 5th and 6th grade center, and the center area of the current facilities, which we call the science wing. Those classes are structurally sound, they are large enough, there's enough hallway space. We need to keep those existing facilities, but just put some modernization to them, but also bringing them up to code. New construction at the middle school will center in that area between the north campus and that science wing, connecting those 2 facilities with new administration and new secure access entryway, a new library media center, a multi-purpose room facility that will be built as a safe room that can house all of our students and staff at our middle school in an emergency situation. 2 areas of great concern to both the Long Range Planning Committee and the school board were the need at the high school for a safe room facility for all of the students and staff, as well as handicap accessibility to the gymnasium. To meet this need, a new multi-purpose facility will be constructed on the north side of the gym. Also, new entryways will be made to the gymnasium, allowing for handicap access, as well as an elevator system where our handicapped individuals and patrons will be able to go to the floor level, the entry level, as well as the upper seating level.
We need all these things. We've needed all these things for a very long time. We are going to be able to provide them without raising taxes. That's very important to the board.
If you love this town, you want to see it progress in the way it ought to, it's not going to hurt us in any way. Why wouldn't you do it? That's kind of a no-brainer to me.
It is important to understand that we're making this investment in our community without any property tax increases at all.
It just extends out the ad valorem, and it doesn't increase any taxes to the person who owns a house or runs a business or what have you. It's just going to extend it out and not increase it at all.
Anytime you can improve our schools and add resources for our kids without increasing taxes, that's obviously a positive for our community.
I can't even begin to tell you how proud I am to be the superintendent of Woodward Public Schools. I'm proud of our citizens. I'm proud of our students. I'm proud of our community. I'm asking each of you to really dig deep into the details on this bond issue.
I encourage you to get out and vote Tuesday, October the 8th, as we continue to support the Woodward Public Schools and support all the great things that they do to help our community grow and prosper.